What is up, everyone? Hope you're having a great day. This is Three's the Game. I had an idea today. We're going to be in 2017 following a little situation in the NBA. What if LeBron James was added to the 2017 Golden State Warriors? Um, as you can see here, based on the roster, I put Steph and Kevin Durant with LeBron on the Warriors. Sacrifices had to be made. Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, along with two first-round draft picks, were traded to the Cavs. So it's not like a total rebuild. It's just almost like it's a new it's a new Golden State Warriors, I guess you could say. But we're gonna follow along in the simulation and see if the Warriors would be as good with LeBron. They better be. Uh, I feel that would be ridiculous if they weren't. See if the Cavs make the finals with Draymond and Klay instead of LeBron. But that's the only change I'm going to be making. We're just going to follow along with the simulation from here and see how things go. Let's get into this. So I skipped to the start of the first season so we can look at it. We'll simulate till I don't want to simulate anymore. That's pretty straightforward. But a little thing that shows a season preview shows that they now have two of the three best guys, or two of the best guys, I guess, in the league. It's kind of criminal that they don't have Steph here, but whoever created this game doesn't feel like he was that great in 2018, which is unfortunate. Has them ranked as the second best team overall, which is criminal, because the other team is James Harden, whose next best player is Lou Williams. And respectfully, I don't think they should stand a chance against a team with LeBron, Steph, and Kevin Durant. But we're going to simulate the year, and I'll pop back in a bit. Actually, before I go, I want to see if there are any crazy. Oh, so this thing is not exactly like real life. That's why I find it interesting. It looks like Giannis went to Sacramento. Drew Holiday went to Brooklyn. And a couple other, nothing really crazy. Who's on Sacramento? Hold up. Let's pop in real quick. I did not expect this. Sorry. It's Giannis, Tyreek Evans, Sean Kilpatrick, Willie Call. Oh, so the team is buns outside of Giannis. But maybe that means they'll have a really bad year and they draft like Luka or Shea, and next year they're a beast. We'll see. But I'll be back in a minute and I'll give you all an update on what's happening. Sweet, so we're at the trade deadline, so I was looking around at some stuff. And there's some surprises. There's also some stuff you'd expect. The East playoff teams. In 2018, I believe LeBron beat the Raptors in the conference finals. And so they're the one seed right now, which isn't a surprise. I don't remember Brooklyn being good in 2018. That's weird. I don't know who they got. I don't know what's different on this team. Oh, they got Drew Holiday. Yeah, that'll do it. And they traded for Blake Griffin. Man, their rebuild is coming on strong. And they drafted De'Aaron Fox in 2017. Oh, that's right. Sometimes in these things, it'll give people their. Oh my. For some reason, it closed that out. Oops. But it'll give people their picks back. So it must have given back the Brooklyn Nets pick for some reason. But they're good now. As for the rest, I don't think there's any huge shockers in the West. Suns are better a little earlier than they should be. Giannis is now in the West Conference along with LeBron. So who's. Wait, sorry, real quick. What top 10 players are left in the East then? I think Toronto's still DeMar and Kyle Lowry. If it'll load, I'll show y'all. And it is not loading. It's great. Here, we'll go to league leaders. It's my one complaint with this is that it's really slow right now. Hopefully, a new update will make it quicker. But I also have some stuff up I normally don't have open. Excuse me. Well, wish I could show y'all. Obviously, it's not working. So maybe another time, try to figure out how to get this thing plugging along quicker. Whether it's this old laptop or whatever. But, oh, there we go. See the top 10 scorers in the league. Only one is in the East, DeMar DeRozan. Rebounds. The leading rebounders in the East. And we have West, 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 East, West, East, West. So 3 of the 10 highest rebounders in the league are in the West. See, East, West, West, East, East, West, East. Oh, is that Lamelo or Alonzo? Real quick. I always love seeing the fun little changes that happen. It is. My gosh. They really need to fix this so it actually loads. Could I tell you? But, anyways, they are the 2 seed, only behind the Houston Rockets. 30 games, 50 games, something like that into the season. So, keep simulating. Come back in the playoffs, show y'all what's up. Really embarrassing. At this time, Lonzo Ball hadn't been drafted yet. Or LaMelo Ball hadn't been drafted yet. So it's obviously Lonzo Ball that's on the New York Knicks. But that's besides the point. We finally reached the playoffs. I got it going a little quicker. Not sure exactly what I did, but we're here. Rockets are the 1 seed, Nuggets 2, Warriors 3, Kings 4, Pelicans 5, Thunder 6, Jazz 7, Suns 8. And then the Raptors 1, Charlotte 2, Brooklyn 3, Washington 4, Miami 5, the Pacers 6, the Pistons 7, and the 76ers 8. And I clicked on Charlotte, and it's pretty much the team they had in 2018. So I was a little surprised to see that. I feel like it was the second best team in 2018 in the East Conference when LeBron's not in the picture. Well, let's get in the playoffs. Let's see how these go. First round has to be expected. Let's see. Second round has to be expected. We have the 4 best teams in each conference, in my opinion, in the playoffs up to this point. Let's see if the Warriors can come back. And it happened. Oh my gosh, it happened in the first year of the simulation. James Harden made it to the finals. And it looks like with LeBron gone, Toronto made it too. So let's see how this goes. Toronto doesn't necessarily have to win this year, but they probably will. Oh, wait. This is their year, yeah. Because they're not going to get Kawhi in this simulation. I forgot. We don't exactly know what's going to happen to Kawhi. But the Warriors lost with LeBron, Steph, and Kevin Durant in their first year. We'll simulate. We'll go 2 more years. See what happens. Year 1 did not go well, though. I did not expect that. We had Steph as the only one on the All-NBA first team. LeBron and Kevin Durant on the second team. I'll be back with y'all when second year is about to start. Okay, we've reached the start of year 2. What's it called? Season preview. And right now it's looking like this year Kevin Durant and Steph Curry are going to be the 2 guys in the top 10. It looks like they haven't dropped, but a lot of people have gotten a lot better. This year, James Harden was a cheat code. I think this is when he had like 36 points a game and all sorts of jazz. But LeBron did drop. So this team is no longer considered a top 5 team. I believe it's still top 10. It's just out of the top 5. It's not showing up on the most declining teams list, so it didn't drop that much. But as I said earlier, I'm not changing anything with these teams outside of the what's the word? The trade that I did at the start. So everything else should be the same. But on a side note, Paul George went to the New Orleans Pelicans. So that's interesting. Jokic went to Philly. Joel Embiid went to Indianapolis. So Embiid and Paul George and Jokic all flip teams. Kind of crazy. So Jokic and Andrew Wiggins went to Philly. Okay. Joining up together. No one else super significant switch teams, but we had two of the three future best guys. I don't know about by year 3 in the simulation, but two future guys that switch teams. Kind of crazy. But let's get into the simulation. I'll be back at the end of the season to let y'all know how it's going. Okay, I was popping around and looking at the teams that made the playoffs before I popped back on. And something I thought was kind of funny is when you look at the Knicks, they reverse did what the Mavericks did. So now they have Luka and Porzingis teamed up, but on the Knicks instead of on the Mavericks. And so they're in the playoffs in 2019. Luka's rookie season, it would be. But some other teams that are kind of surprising that are good. I don't know. I don't think I'm super shocked by anyone. Brooklyn's a shock, but it's the same team I showed y'all earlier. Yeah, it's crazy how it works out. Golden State ended up the 5 seed, unfortunately. Don't really know what went on there. I guess a team up of Kevin Durant, Steph, and LeBron wouldn't be the greatest team of all time. I disagree. Although the rest of the team looks awful, they might just need a year to have some people grow up and maybe a couple people retire so that they can hire some more people. We'll see. But let's get in the playoffs. Let's see what happens this year. See any upsets in the first round? It's not looking like it. Nothing crazy. I guess a 4 or 5 upset. Oh, I missed some stuff. We had a 6 seed, a 7 seed, another 7 seed, and Golden State, the 5 seed, make it to the second rounds. So the only seeds that should have won were 2 1 seeds and a 3 seed. Dang. Let's see how the next round goes. Oh my gosh. Golden State's in a close game, and we're lacking up, and they lost. We have 2 1 seed versus 7 seed matchups. Who's on these 7 seed teams? Bradley Beal, Bojan, Otto Porter, Kelly Oubre, John Wall. I don't know what this team is doing here. It's okay though. That team will be bad next year when Bradley Beal and John Wall crash out. I think it's 2020. Giannis's team. That actually makes sense. Giannis is pretty elite in this. And then we just have the Brooklyn team I talked a little bit about earlier. Blake Griffin, De'Aaron Fox, Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, Spencer Dinwiddie. That's a decent duo. And this is pretty prime Blake Griffin. This is the end of prime Blake Griffin, though. And then Houston has James Harden, as you all know. But let's see who's in the finals against each other. So the 1 seeds did make it. But at least the other teams take a couple games. Makes it a little more interesting. Let's see. It's a 6-game series at least. 7-game series. And Houston wins it back to back. Dang, that's crazy. Okay. I'll be back in a minute to show y'all what's going on this upcoming year. But James Harden's been cooking so far. I'm just going to show y'all the free agency. Some pretty crazy stuff happened. Houston signed Kemba Walker. Been good for a couple of years. San Antonio signed Kyrie. And New York not only re-signed Porzingis. I don't see it here, but I just saw it. Oh, right here. They also signed Kawhi. So 3 teams that were playoff teams last year got even better this upcoming year, which is actually really realistic because this did happen around this time in real life. This is when people started accumulating a bunch of talent. So the best teams remain the best teams. But based on the power rankings, They have Toronto actually as the best team. Who do they have again? Let's see, DeMar, Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam, all that jazz. So I have no idea why they're considered the best team, but they are. Golden State looks about the same. Similar starting lineup to real life, minus Clay and Draymond, and plus LeBron. But they're 58 overall based off the power rankings. They're the sixth best team this year, so it's better than last year. We'll see how this year goes. Be back in a second. Let's see, here we are, year 3, final year of the simulation. We have got stuff looking really similar to how it was in the past. I'm shocked that the Luka Kawhi Porzingis team up is not better. I don't know why Oh my gosh. What? Sorry, I didn't see Philly earlier, but they now have Jokic, Donovan Mitchell, and Andrew Wiggins on that team, along with Ben Simmons before he was washed. That team's pretty flippin' overpowered. Who did Dallas get? Oh, that's a great combo too. Chris Middleton, Bam Adebayo, DeAndre Ayton, Harrison Barnes. Wow, that's not bad. Surprised they're as good as they are, but whatever. But let's see how this year goes. Final year of the simulation. First year of the plan as well. Um, LA and Cleveland, along with Denver and Brooklyn, make it. So looks like Brooklyn's now washed. There's a crazy plot twist. Blake Griffin must have finally aged. But once again, we have Houston playing Golden State in the second round. Dallas, OKC made it. Who's on OKC? Pause. I gotta see if it's still Westbrook and Paul George. Okay, so it's the team that could have been, along with Fred VanVleet. That's fun. Imagine Russell Westbrook did stay a couple years. Team might have been decent after a little bit. Well, he deserved what he got though. Just didn't work out. Toronto, Washington, New York, Brooklyn. Get the feeling you might see a Washington, New York championship, or Houston, New York, but I definitely could be. I'm wrong. That's great. We finally have the Warriors in the conference finals. Let's see how they do against Westbrook and the boys. And they're going to make it. They are in the championship game against Toronto. Did not expect that. Can we make LeBron to a real thing in the last year of the simulation? We'll see. Game 1 goes to them. Game 2 goes to them. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to them. Game 5, come on. Make it 6 games at least. Well, we simulated what would happen if LeBron James was traded to the Warriors for Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, which I don't think would happen, but I don't know, you never know. Maybe they get really desperate in this universe and they need a change. Kyle Lowry, on a side note, averaged 15 points and 15 assists in the playoffs. That's ridiculous. But anyone that's watched to this point, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share it with people, help it grow. I want to get to at least 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. Obviously, we're nowhere near that right now, but we're just getting started. I'm Three's the Game. Appreciate you watching.